The following is a paid program by Gary C. Johnson, attorney at law. Welcome to Simply the Law, the program that gives you free legal information. Brought to you by the law office of Gary C. Johnson. Hello, everyone. Welcome into Simply the Law. I'm Keith Case Bolt. Say hello to my friend, the host, Gary C. Johnson.
It's great to be here.
It is great to be with you because you are so supportive. Before this show aired, I looked at Gary and said, you know, I'd lose weight, but if I did, it'd make me look older because my skin would sag. And he said, oh, Keith, stay chubby and fat so you look young. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
He's really young looking. And when we put those tats on him and he dances around on his table here, you folks will really get to see the real Keith. Well, folks, here we are. Simply the Law. We're pre-recording this. We're here in the studio today. Beautiful weather outside while we're in here doing this. And I'm at the office right now. And if any of you have been in a car wreck or you're hurt, injured, because that's what we do. That's what my firm does. I'm a law firm that does personal injury work. That's what I've been doing now for many, many years. I'll be there to take your call if you want to give us a call this evening. I really want to appreciate all of you that watch this program. You don't know how gratifying that is to both Keith and myself. And we talk about it all the time, that with all those things you can click from, that you would choose to spend a little bit of time with us and let us visit with you in your home. And hopefully we can give you something back for that we can give you a little bit of insight into how to make your life maybe a little bit better, or maybe take some of your worries off of you, and maybe even talk a little bit about some aspect of the law that you may not be familiar with. Tonight I'm going to talk about a little book that I read many years ago, and it had some points in it that I think are very appropriate for each of us to maybe try to live by. So that's what my program's on, is how can we have a little less stress in our life? How can we maybe be a little bit happier? How maybe can we deal with the misery that's going on around us and be positive? And you know, the thing about being positive is it makes you feel better. I mean, if you're positive, you feel better. If you're negative, you don't. So the 4 agreements, I'm going to talk to you about them, and I'm going to need to go to the computer to do that. So let's go to the computer, folks. There's the number if any of you need to call. I'm at the office right now. In general, remember, always make sure you have your underinsurance. That protects you and your family. Every program. The 4 agreements. It's a book. Miguel Ruiz, I guess is his name. It's called The 4 Agreements. You can Google it, Amazon.com, and you can buy it. I would recommend this book to anyone. And that's why I want to talk about some of the things that's in it. I'm only going to talk about some of the things that's in the book. But the book is The 4 Agreements. I strongly recommend it to you. This is the fellow that wrote it. And these are, unfortunately, these things I'm going to be telling you are not original Gary. They are things that I got from this book from reading it. Okay, let's start off. The 4 agreements. 1 is be impeccable with your word. 2 is don't take anything personally. 3 is don't make assumptions. And 4 is always do your best. And we're going to take each of those and we are going to talk about them.
I'm laughing. Okay? I'm laughing because you can already stop the show. Everybody that just saw those go, there's no way. There's no way I can do all 4 of those things. Well, you know, Gary, first of all, people are tuning in. They're saying, okay, it's simply the law. Why are we talking about these issues, these daily life issues?
Because if every one of you, not just the ones that's listening, but if everyone followed what I'm talking about, I'd be out of a job.
Yeah.
Because people would be doing what's right. They would be careful. They wouldn't run over people on the highways. They wouldn't be in a hurry because they'd understand what difference does it make. They would know that the graveyard is full of indispensable people. They would know that. They would know that we have to live and let live, that we're all on this big rock together. They would know that it doesn't matter. All of those things that we say are so important. That it just doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel and what kind of life you're leading and what type of integrity you have when you lead your life and how you deal with the other people around you and your relationships. Now that is important. Very, very important. Now on these 4 agreements, that's one of the things it's talking about is all of those things sound really good, those 4, but what do they mean? And we're going to take each of those, Keith and I, and we're going to discuss them with what that means. What is he trying to say, this man that was smart enough to write these? And what he's saying is these are agreements you make with yourself. You don't make them with the world. You make them with yourself so that you can have a little better life. Okay, let's go back to the computer. I want to talk to you about one of the agreements. First, we go to be impeccable with your word. Now, what does this mean? Why is this important? Don't gossip. Okay? Don't gossip.
Goes all the fun.
Don't criticize yourself. Use the words for truth and love. Now, words can hurt. Words can cause immense harm. Say only what you mean and never mean to hurt another person with words. Now let's go back and talk about this a little bit.
You know, what gets me about this, first of all, you've got to have complete consideration for what you're saying. A lot of times in conversations, we say things without even thinking about what we're saying, what the impact is going to be on the person we're saying it to, and if we really meant it, right?
How many times, and those of you are sitting there right now and you're listening to this, how many times have you said something that would really hurt another human being to the bone if they heard those words being said about them without any idea that those words may get back to that person? That's what he's talking about on this agreement when he's saying be impeccable with the use of words. Words can cause harm. Words can cause people to feel bad. Words cause mental anguish. Words are hurtful if they're used in the wrong way. That's why it is so bad when people gossip about someone else, when they criticize, condemn, and complain about someone else, when they use the word, and that word comes out of the mouth. It can hurt another human being as bad as if you took your fist or a ball bat and hit them. But yet we are free with these words. And we never think about the harm words can cause. Words are dangerous. Words cause divorces. Words cause people to get in fights. Words can be very, very harmful. But they will not be harmful if you're impeccable with your use of them. In other words, when a word comes out of your mouth, make sure it's not a word that can cause harm or hurtfulness to another human being. That's why this agreement with yourself, make this agreement with yourself. It's a wonderful agreement. It's what the good Lord would want you to do if we would do it. Let's don't use words to hurt other people. Let's be impeccable with our use of words. Let's don't criticize, condemn, complain. Let's don't gossip. Let's don't say hurtful things to other people.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I'm in total agreement with you. I've read the book. You gave it to me years ago. I 100% agree with everything you just said. So what is it that's inside of us that makes us want to do the complete opposite of what you just read to us?
Tell you why you want to do exactly the opposite. Inside of our brain has got several